All right, all right, all right. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. It's time. July 9th already. And we are in a low news week. That means no crazy stuff. We, of course, had AOD rates. A little surprising. They didn't cut any rates. We had NTD rates already the previous Asian session. Nothing changed in the rates, so there's nothing there. Later today, we have FOMC meeting minutes. Um, I'm gonna scream it again. If you are trading for more than 3 months, you should know this, guys. And here it comes. FOMC meeting minutes is not the same as the FOMC interest rate decision. Please don't think that today is somehow a big day. It's not. Yes, meeting minutes will give some extra information about the current policies, blah blah, but there won't be any rate change today. So keep that in mind, please. Keep that in mind. Okay, that said, you guys are not here for rents or for anything, but please know that we have a low news week. We have some other factors going on. We had some tariff news. I think that the tariffs are postponed. Tariff deadlines to August, and we have, of course, Trump speaking sometimes. But yeah, we should. Trump speaking is a permanent red folder for us. So we cannot wait for that or something. We just need to trade around it. Let's talk about the charts. So for the dollar, let's start with that. We are in a weekly bearish value gap. The point of interest for me for this week, I am open that we already have seen the high of the week yesterday. So I'm slightly bearish on the dollar. Yes, this is very weird and ugly price action for the past couple hours. Like it's nothing. But I am open for lower dollar. And it means higher USD pairs. I did a coaching session before this stream, so let me remove all the clutter here. There we go. Cool. So for Euro US dollar is one of my favorites, and I am looking for a potential weekly internal to external on there. And I already took a trade on that idea yesterday. I removed it. I'm gonna look for the exact execution in a second, but it's something like this. Later, I will check my administrator what exactly was, but I'm already in long position. I don't like how we moved away like this low. Also, not I'm not in the most comfortable scenario here on the euro dollar, but yeah, who knows? Then in this short-term structure right here, we took some liquidity, and then we create some interesting buy structure. Aggressive sells, aggressive buys for value 1 for value 2. Let's see if we follow through on that to take out short-term highs. Short-term highs, like always drawn liquidity there, will be Asia high. Asia, well, it's not only Asia high actually, it's Asia PM, Asia, and London high are all chilling here. That is a drawn liquidity for me. 3 session liquidities. Three. So that's definitely on the cards for me today. I think we could reach there. And before I continue, because I'm just gonna scream pairs to you guys, which I think will be nice. Please also share in the chat which you think would be nice to trade. And let me know in the chat, guys. How are you doing? How are you doing? I see many people here. 20-ish. Nice. That's awesome. AJ, Morfino, Ben. I see WWG1, WGA, Patriot. Cool. Not sure what your name is, but it's difficult to pronounce. I'm going over your question in a second, Ben. First, I want to go over my bias and my the pairs I would like to look for today, and then I will go over that. It's a good question. So dollar lower, USD pairs higher. I'm looking for euro US dollar. Can be wrong there because I don't like how we trade it here, but I'm good. Also, we are creating a potential fair value gap right here. We can use. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, then next up, let's go to the watch list. If you want to know why all these pairs are on the watch list, in the Discord there is a weekly outlook posted. It's like a coaching session. I think it's very valuable. 30 minutes, 2 times speed. I think it's the best 30 minutes you will spend this week, 100%. Then for our friend Nasdaq, I was open for price coming back to the weekly value gap, but Nasdaq has other plans. So looking at the current price, we have traded into this weekly bullish value gap on Monday during the PM session, and that could already be low of the weekend if this continues. So for today, I want to confirm if this is low of the week, and see we have a value gap here, a 4-hour. Yeah, also 1-hour value gap. So here's an overlapping 1 and 4-hour value gap. This is my point of interest for potential longs today. Gonna monitor that as well. Cool. Same for ES, same for YM. I like YM the most. Sneaky liquidity sweep here. Inside a key level, daily 4-hour value gap. Very nice. And then up only. Yeah, I think use indices could be nice to trade. But I'm gonna wait for a retracement. So if we have the classic 930 explosion profile, you guys, if you've been here for a while, sometimes at 930, Nasdaq just prints a gold candle, like a big massive green candle. If that happens, obviously I won't be executing Nasdaq today. But if it goes lower at the open, yes, I like that. I want that. So let's see what we get there. Then the DEX continued where my TP was. I did a daily intro to external here. But of course, it went to all-time high. The DEX is crazy. Crazy. Yeah. So all-time high protocol is on now on the DEX. That means no shorting. Wait for retracement to long back to all-time high. You wait for retracements, then go long again. The reason I don't like to short all-time highs, and yes, I do it as a meme sometimes, but not like a serious stuff, is you don't have a premium array. Of course, you have the high as your premium array, but after that, there's nothing. And I don't like when I'm shorting nothing. I want some premium array, some structure in my ideas. Cool. Oh, it's Jeff. Cool. Hi, Jeff. Hey, Gus. Hope you're doing amazing. Okay, so that's for the DEX. We already discussed the dollar pairs. We have some retracement here into a 15-minute bullish value gap. Let's see if that's gonna hold, or we're just going to rocket downwards. Who knows? Cool. Then we have the cat pairs. I had it on my list because we could maybe see a, I think it was a daily intro to external. Yeah. Well, this is of course not gonna be traded. S&P at the highs is nice displacement, but how we move away from this daily bearish value gap is just horrible. No, I can't trade this. No. AUD cat nice here. Tuesday low of the week. Oh, yeah, AUD cat has something there. Nice. I like it. AUD cat longs. I might hunt that later. But the cat pairs in general for the past like months, like few weeks, I don't like them too much. Same for JPY. I had an idea earlier in the week to trade this move, but it already happened at like a Monday. Just one down only on Monday, Tuesday as well. Yeah, I'm going to leave the JPY pairs as well. Cool, then let's look at the star player, and not in a good way. Because my best friend Gold stopped me out at one point. I shared in Discord. I took 2 trades yesterday. At the end of the session, Euro US dollar and gold. Euro US dollar is this one. Gold was this one. So -3 on gold for this week. That's not nice. I don't like that, but it's part of the game. So I am at +4 on the DEX with this trade, and then -3 here. So still in profit, but not very nice. Can be more. So we're gonna change that today. Yeah. So the area where we are now in gold, I do like that. I do like that for longs, but longing this bearish price action is not my cup of tea. I'm gonna wait a bit. I'm gonna wait a bit on gold. So let's remove all the noise here. I'm seeing here a bearish fair value gap right here. We're in it right now, so we could see some reaction from that lower. I see a bearish fair value gap here with a massive order block right here. The up close candles. So going higher for gold can be tricky. It wouldn't surprise me if we go lower first. And if we would go lower first, my eyes are going to the relative equal lows down here. So for today, for the session for gold, what I'm going to monitor is how we react at this 4-hour bearish value gap. And it could mean, if price now reacting lower, that there's going to be short opportunities. It would mean that this could be then the high of the session. We are open now, so let's see what we do. But let's see if we now create fair value gaps lower. I'm open to take a short towards the equal lows there. If we don't and we ignore the 4-hour value gap, then I would change my bias to long. So this 4-hour value gap is interesting to me to see what we're gonna do today. Meantime, let me see. Oh yes, we have the explosion profile. This is what I said. The 930 explosion. There we go. Okay, so let's wait it out a bit. Go to the dollar and to Euro US dollar. See that nice 5-minute structure here. This is a work of art if this continues. This is like a textbook 5-minute structure. This one. Aggressive sells, aggressive buys for Vega 1, for Vega 2. I know some of you guys here in the chat right now, you know this. Like you've heard me saying this exact thing at least 500 times, maybe more. Okay, we wait now the open. We wait out the open volatility. So let's look at the chat. If you have any questions or pairs you want me to look at, let me know in the chat. I will go over the chat right now. Ben says, how do you know when it's time to change your bias on a higher time frame? Is it specifically a market structure shift or break that you look for, or any other factors you consider as well? Yeah. So all my trade ideas are always based on internal to external or external to internal on the higher time frame, so daily, weekly, monthly. The example is, for example, here on Euro US dollar. My bias is internal right here to external to the high. That's it. Of course, you can also target this, but low-hanging fruit will be here. If that's the case, then that's nice. But what if now we do not do this? So maybe we take some liquidity and then just start trading for value gaps lower. If I see for value gaps being created lower, like this, then I change my bias. And if you look at gold, for example, I'm long in gold, but in that time that I was long in gold, we created 3 or 4-hour bearish value gaps. That is not nice. And that makes me want to change my bias to bearish, slightly bearish. I want to now see, okay, if we come back to the premium race, are we respecting the premium race to go lower? If yes, I'm changing my bias to bearish. If we don't do that, we ignore them. So let's say hypothetically we displace lower today, I would displace higher today. We are going to use this as an inversion for value gap to trade off from. or maybe an overlapping value gap, a balanced price range to then trade higher. But for now, this doesn't look bullish to me. Even when we are in an area where we could trade higher from. 4-hour fair value gap and order book. So yeah, there's a long answer to a short question, Ben. Short answer is when I see on the 1 or 4 hour, especially the 4 hour, I like to make the analysis on the 4 hour. When I see on the 4 hour PD arrays created against my position. So if I'm long, if I'm seeing premium arrays or bearish arrays being created against my long position, I have less confidence in that we are still want to go higher, and I could just be on the wrong side of the market. And I think gold is a nice example where I'm open to change my bias. But let's see what we do. See what we do here. We are also creating a new 4-hour candle on gold at 10. Well, this is your explosion profile. This is, in my opinion, not tradable. So I'm not in these kind of moves. It sucks because you want to be in big candles, but I skip those. Yes, it sucks, but chasing this move also sucks. So that's fine. Cool. Can you walk me through exactly what confirms to you that the bias has changed? I think I did. With how price is trading into a 4-hour value gap or a PD array. GHF futures look bullish to me, coming off a weekly volume balance, which may line up with gold turning bullish. Could be. Let me check GHF. Let me check. GHF. Do I have those here? I think it's no, this is Canada. I never look at the exact futures, to be honest. GHF. What's the code of GHF futures? Well, in general, we can just. Oh wait, it's this one. Yeah, this one. Yeah, we are pretty strong. And you also see that because the GHF pairs are all going down. But that makes sense. Thanks for sharing the code. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so the futures is the same as if you just do it XY, like S XY, your XY, BXY, you can see this something similar. I think this is cleaner, more bigger candles, but yeah. Cool. So let's see if the dollar wants to respect this bearish value gap. See if we can get a retracement. Probably going to be closer towards 10 a.m. before we get some form of retracement. I think this move, euro dollar, is interesting. Let's see if it goes to Asia high here. Cool. So if you haven't done it, press the like button, the short like button. That would help out a lot. That would be nice. Gold, I'm looking at, see if we maybe create a sell structure. Nasdaq, I'm I'm waiting the explosion profile. I'm waiting out that. Because now it's more a waiting game. I also saw Bitcoin making an insane candle just now. Not too big, not too big. What I'm looking at potentially is a gold 4-hour internal to external. How can I know it's not a change of character and not a liquidity sweep? See how the bodies are closing above recent highs. So for example, let's say we trade higher, 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 and then price trades higher, like this. Ideally, you want that candle to be like this. Bullish candle, there we go. Candle to be like this. This would I say change of character, and probably we're going to trade higher from there. But look, it's very important to look at how bodies are closing, because at some point the candle could be there, but at exactly the same candle, maybe later, it could be that it just took liquidity from a high before trading lower, even maybe turn bearish. So I like to wait for candle closes. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. So let me know, Marvino, if that's answered the question about the change of character. Let's see if we respect this. We are gonna create a new 15-minute candle. Let's see if that's gonna be bullish. I was just looking where the Nasdaq pump came from, but Nvidia just got 1%. Like Nvidia rise to 1%. Insane. So there's a lack of fair value gaps in this move, so that's why I'm not taking anything. I'm gonna wait. So Bitcoin is also closing in on all-time high. For the crypto bros in the chat. XRP's where it's at. Yeah, XRP has made a impressive move so far, like 2 something now, I guess. My 0.00001 Bitcoin is gonna make. Let's go, let's go. I'm rooting for you. So let's see if the structure holds. So we are back at this first value gap. So see if we respect that. Cool. So in 9 minutes at 10, let's see if we close over the value gap. That would be pretty nice if we do that. I've been XRP since. Oh wow, that's insane. 30 cents. That's like 2017 levels, right? That's cool. I like that. Okay, so I am potentially looking again in fucking gold longs again. Here we go again. I'm gonna wait out a bit. I'm gonna wait at least until 10. Let's see if there's a value gap created here. Lower time frame. So to come back to the question of Marvino earlier, like this is an example. Like I want to see how we close in this candle. Also, I want to see how we close inside the value gap. In 7 minutes, there's a new 4-hour candle created. Yeah, that's good. That conviction is paying off. Like it's probably was a brutal hold. 2017, I think that was the run until like $3 something, back to like 50 cents, and now it's back at 2. It's incredible. Cool. Let's do a round across the other pairs. See if there's something going on there. NTD. Nope. Nah. I think we're good with our watches right now. Well, this is promising into the new candle. So price came back here to the mean threshold of the order block right there. Then we displaced with a fair value gap. Down close candle into the fair value gap. We're just traded into. How I do my lower time frame analysis. So then this down close candle now becomes an order block. This one. And we potentially also create a new fair value gap in a few minutes at 10. But it could be a 10 a.m. entry there. Is it correct that IST says price pulls the last 10 minutes of each hour? Yes, he says that, but I have trouble with absolute statements, because that would mean every single time it needs to happen. That's not true. I've seen it happening, yes. Just like we have seen Nasdaq opens that it explodes, and we have seen Nasdaq opens like yesterday where it does nothing, right? It's yes, it happens sometimes. So let's see what we do. The final few minutes of this hourly candle. Cool. So a few minutes left. Now we could potentially see a bullish fair value gap being created on the 4-hour here. That happens. Okay, Nasdaq's back at all-time high. YM and ES are like not even close. Probably because Nvidia. Shorting all-time high. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, Nasdaq would have been the fastest TP of the week, probably. So low of the week here. And 50-minute structure. That's pretty clean. Nice. Well, one thing is for certain, Ben. In the coming weeks and months, you're gonna miss so many trades. That's a trader's life, right? You can't be in every trade. Yeah, the stock market's going crazy right now. Yeah, you've seen on Nasdaq, right? Seems like nice sell structure. Also, gold has my attention. Also, here's a breaker right over that. And also, the dollar is starting to move. So let's see if it creates for value gaps, because I think this is a very clean intraday entry. We need for value gaps, extra for value gaps here. Now the $1 million question: can I get an entry on gold? Next stop is here at 33.08. So for the latecomers, like I'm still inside this trade, like one from yesterday, feeling about the entry. The trade is very simple weekly internal to external. Right here. Weekly internal to external. And at the same time for DXY, weekly internal to external lower. That's my trade idea. For now, it has been very boring. Would be nice if now we create some fireworks in the hopefully in the good direction. That's an idea I will be hunting also for the rest of the week. If now we displace, and pay attention here, guys, if we displace here, we have a very clean market maker buy model on our hands. You have so many failure swings here. It's gonna be very easy, clean setup. So probably inside this market maker buy model, I'm gonna take a few smaller setups as well, because the bias has then been determined. That's gonna be higher. So basically, when you have this, every time you retrace, try to catch that to go to the previous high and until we reach the drawn liquidity. That's how you need to play a market maker model. I have some videos on market maker models on the channel as well, and we could see one live. Just like I preached last week on the stream that we have a market maker model on the DEX. Right here, I am probably going to preach, hang on these candles, but probably going to preach about the market maker buy model on gold. Not on gold, on Euro US dollar. Exact the same entry I have for your nice Rufino. That's awesome. Although maybe it's not awesome. Maybe we're gonna lose in a few hours. Maybe we both take that -1. Who knows? Who knows? Cool. So yeah, gold will be a shame if I'm now gonna miss it. Like I mentioned at the start of the stream, I'm -3 on gold for this week, so that's very nice. But I need to be patient. I need to be disciplined here. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. No chasing. And it sucks. It sucks. So what could happen is, like, of course, we may potentially have this 1 hour bullish value gap here. But also we have a low, high, lower low, and potentially a higher high, making this area, these two up close candles, a bullish breaker. So what could happen, the next two candles create another value gap. So let's say the next candle is going to be this. Like this. So let's say there's another value gap created at, it's going to be at 12 at the lunch. Hypothetically, let's see, it's another value gap. Then we have a unicorn. Overlapping part with a breaker and a value gap called a unicorn. It's one of the most powerful entries you can have. And a 1 hour is also pretty nice. So keep it in mind also for after stream. So, and when there's a unicorn, I would still, like, let's say this the unicorn, I would still have my stop loss be able to trade into the order block and the value gap here. But it's gonna be a bigger trade then if that happens. But still, nice 1 to 3. And if gold goes, it can even go to the 67 area here, and of course back to all-time high. But so many flourish swings here as well. But who knows? Maybe I'm completely wrong, and we're going down from the 4-hour CB. But that's what I'm gonna look at after stream. So see if there's a unicorn created for value gaps. So I'm not done with gold. I'm not done with gold. Cool. I learned a lot from you and backtested your strategy, and I can say, wow, awesome, Marfino, awesome. That's great to hear. Great to hear. There is a lot of time, love, and energy in all of those videos, in the consistency. And the only thing I hope to do is inspire and enabling people just to make a shit ton of money. That's it. And stop doing stupid stuff. That's maybe my main inspiring thing. Like, make mistakes, but at some point, the stupid mistakes should be extracted from your daily routine. And of course, make money in the process. Cool. So maybe you've seen it. I sent out some emails, some posts. I changed up the inner circle a bit. And what I mean by that is I closed the spots for one-on-one because I'm focusing all my my time on those. If you want to be part of the ecosystem, you can go to school.com/profitable and get a 7-day trial to see, like, hey, this ecosystem that this random dude on YouTube built, is that something that would be cool? For example, Marfino, AJ, Jeff's already in, I saw. But I checked it out because there's more of my entry models, more of how I make up a trade plan, about a journal, psychology. If you're interested, feel free to check that out as well. We now hit that 4-hour CB and the order block. Let's see, like, this is very important to see little sentiment. And what I mean with sentiment is, if we are bearish on the higher time frame, price responds very aggressively from premium raise. In this case, we are now inside, approaching this massive, the up close candles, a massive order block. We created that on Monday. And let's see if we tap it and then reject like crazy. That will indicate we're not going higher yet. But if we just completely ignore it, then it's good. That's good. Then we are ready to go higher. Also, the Asian high, I mentioned start the stream, 3 session highs up here. PM session, Asian session, London session highs are all up here. The 29 area, 30-ish. Let's see that being accurate. When it comes to, I'm reading the chat right now, Morfino says, when it comes to psychology and stuff, it's all well. Awesome. I had a problem finding my entries, basic technical analysis. Cool. Cool. Well, there's a ton of technical analysis here on the YouTube channel. In my opinion, I think technicals are like the smallest part of trading, because being an analyst is pretty easy. Like, watching the chart, seeing where price is most likely going. That's being analyst. But the actual trade part, pressing the buttons, managing the trades, exiting the trade, that is, I think, where, for me personally, that's the hardest part. That's where I spend the most time on, and I still do every single day, still refining that and becoming better at it. Because like if you want like entry models, like just go on YouTube. You can go on my YouTube. Like there are so many awesome YouTubers who also have like all their entry models there. So the specific entry model itself, I think, is the smallest part. But I'm very glad that the thing you found on this channel is help you a lot. Oh, which model do you use? A school model, A+ setup. Cool. Yeah, that's that playlist about the entry models. There is info in there where I paid like thousands of dollars for in courses. I've done many courses. Yeah, so the playlist on the channel, awesome. There's some juice there, 100%. But again, that will make you an analyst. Actual trader requires more. Right, data building, your mental game, right, the trade plan. Cool. So we are now looking at Euro US dollar, who is moving quite nice. Let's see if gold is gonna give us an entry somewhere this session. So after stream, like of course we're not gonna stream for 8 hours today. After stream, I will be still hunting for gold. Could be here, could be a little higher up the range, like I mentioned before. Could be nice. Morphine, I go to the monthly, weekly, daily, draw my value gaps and potentially order blocks, then I wait for marks to shift and enter. Awesome, cool. That is a very nice enter model. And the cool part is it needs to work for you, right? Like there are probably traders who see the same video and are like, that's not for me, and that's completely fine. I put so many videos on the YouTube channel is because maybe something resonates. So maybe a little puzzle piece, like maybe one sentence of a video changed your trading. That is already enough for me. Maybe it's a random video about order blocks or whatever. Like maybe there's one single nuance you were missing, puzzle piece that clicks. That's cool. Then my job is done there. I like that. Cool. So yeah, but if you want to hang out in the inner circle, Marvino, you can basically pay it from your trading profits that you're now generating. So that's awesome. That's what I did as well. I got some funded, got some payouts from some let's say cheaper mentors. Not very cheap, but then I used my first big payout to get a more expensive one-on-one mentor. So basically, my trading profits um, made me a better trader. I reinvested my trade profits to become a better trader. That's one of the best calls I ever did. I mean decisions. AJ, the Audi breaker block has not formed yet. No, no. It will only form when we close over this high, this high. So at 11, that's where we need to pay attention. Where the at 11, if we are somewhere here above here, yes, then there's a breaker formed. Cool, Marvino. That's cool. 7 accounts, practicing. Let's use pay. Cool. Yeah, join the inner circle ecosystem is not that expensive anymore. I made it a little more accessible by removing the one-on-one, by closing one-on-one. And what my game plan is, I am only going to invite the best performing members that are in the that are joining the inner circle in the monthly tier basically. Those we're gonna invite for a one-on-one to see if that's be something they'll be interested in. Cool. So these sells, I'm not a big fan on setting all-time highs. This is a nice sell structure, obviously. On the 1 minute, it looks very nice, but if you then zoom out, it's just a very small retracement. So then you have, let's say you are in this move, and I've been in these kind of moves very often, and I play them very aggressively, like in and out very quickly when I scalp this, because maybe you have this move in your hands, but most of the time you just cash the retracement to continue. And it's very hard to tell which one it will be here. Based on how we went up only, we could see lower price in, obviously, but the chart is telling us something else right now. So also for tomorrow, when let's say today we sell off like crazy, like there's no bullish value gap created, then tomorrow we'll probably have a very nice short on our hands back to the 4-hour value, to the weekly value gap. Most likely we're just going higher. That's how I'm gonna play the rest of the week on Nasdaq. And you guys are in Discord, so make sure you check out the Outlook, the share. And let's see if we can catch it market maker buy model on Euro US dollar. Yeah, exciting week still, guys. Exciting week. Let's see. Let's see. Cool. Well, it's 10:30. I don't have a lot more to share, so we're probably gonna end the stream soon. I'm gonna be hunting for gold after stream. I am still monitoring Euro US dollar, which looks nice. Or scalping as well here. But do with that information what you will. Yeah, so probably Euro US dollar, gold, maybe if I'm seeing this, maybe Nasdaq. Like if this happens, like aggressive buys, aggressive sells, this is smart money reversal, all-time high with an SMT with ES, then maybe Nasdaq, but there needs to be a little more sell structure. So maybe I'm gonna tune in for the PM session as well. We have FOMC minutes. That's not the big FOMC, it's a small FOMC. So keep in mind that it's a red folder. If you have, for example, a broker or a prop firm where you cannot trade red folders, you know that is the case, FOMC. Even a small one. Cool. All right, guys. That's it for now. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, learn something today, like today, leave a big fat W in the chat. Make sure you like this stream. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, you're missing out. Check out the Discord, check out the school. There's so much to check out. And make sure if you think like, hey, I want more of this, check out the inner circle. School.com/profitable. And yeah, it's very easy to find. Only for serious people. Like I don't want like hundreds of people in that group. I'm gonna close it again. But for the more serious players who want to get some insight in the inner circle, feel free to join. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your Wednesday. And stay safe. See you later.